Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cristo Rey Network Virtual College Fair. My name is Sibel. I will be your facilitator for today's session. I'm super excited to be here. I hope you are too, because we have some amazing representatives here from some amazing places to tell you a little bit about themselves. Now, I say a little bit about themselves because it is an appetizer session. We have about 45 minutes in this virtual college fair with 6 institutions, potentially 7 coming up on the roster here, and they have each 6 minutes to present. So remember, it is an appetizer. It is up to you to get their contact info and check out if maybe they are the main entree for you. Now, before we do get started with these presentations, I have some housekeeping items to just mention. First and foremost, it is a webinar format, so you are muted, your video is turned off, the panelists cannot see or hear you, but you can see and hear them. Now, with that said, you probably have questions to ask, and as you should, and that in and of itself is a great question as to where you'll put those questions. So if you look at your Zoom toolbar, towards the middle, you'll see a Q&A button. You'll click on that button and type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress at any time. We do not have a live Q&A happening with audience questions. So it's important that if you do have a question, you put in the question throughout the 45 minutes, and our representatives from each college or university will type in the answers to the questions through that Q&A. Okay. Also, please make sure to put the school's name within the question so we know who it goes to. It is super, super helpful. You can also check out the chat. It is like a bulletin board, so they'll put in their contact info or sites they want you to check out through the chat. Remember, Q&A is for questions, chat is just as a bulletin board. Sign up for more sessions. This is one out of many college presentations offered. There are certain things going on this weekend, I believe, so check out the schedule on the website to sign up for those. And remember, if you missed out on some of the fun this evening, or maybe someone else that you know in your circle wants to check out these schools and universities, that is awesome, and they should, because all of these sessions are going to be recorded, so they absolutely have access. Because the sessions will all be recorded, they will also be posted and available at strivescan.com/Cristo Rey. Now, without further ado, I really would love to introduce our first university up, and that is the Catholic University of America.
Hi, folks. How are we doing? My name is Jake Rosario. I'm an admission counselor with the Catholic University of America. I'm a graduate of the class of 2021, and I'm so excited to present to you Catholic U tonight. So a little bit about us. We have 3,100 undergraduate students, over 2,000 law school and grad school students. 80% of the student body self-identifies as Catholic, but you don't need to be to attend. We're welcoming of all faith backgrounds. We're 27% ethnically diverse. We have 34 research centers that you can get started in as soon as your freshman year. And these span different fields too. I'd love to talk to you more about that if you have any questions about that. We have an average class size of 19 and a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And at 176 acres, we are the largest and greenest campus in Washington, D.C. So here at the Catholic University, we offer over 100 clubs and organizations. Some of our more prominent clubs on campus, being in DC, our CUA Democrats and CUA Republicans are very active on campus. We have different performance-based clubs, a cappella groups, student-run theater clubs, clubs based off of certain interests. We have a medieval society. One of my best friends actually started a board game club because he really likes the game Settlers of Catan. I am a nerd, love Settlers of Catan, and that really speaks to the kind of environment we have towards environment and attitude we have towards starting clubs on campus. If you have an idea for a club that doesn't already exist at campus, our Office of Campus Activities would love to help you get a faculty or staff advisor to help you manage your club. They'll also help you get university funding to help you fund your club and get whatever you need to operate your organization. We have 25 D3 varsity teams, 9 club sports, 16 intramural leagues, and 2 fitness centers on campus. We also hold 40 to 50 events held weekly, including service opportunities held by our campus ministry. So over here, you're looking at the DC Metro map. If you look at where the arrow is pointing on our red line, you'll see the Brookline Catholic University of America stop. We have a metro stop that is no more than a 10-minute walk from any dorm on campus. From there, you can go 3 stops up to Silver Spring, catch a movie, watch a concert at the Fillmore, go down to Gallery Place Chinatown, where you can go to the museums, grab a bite to eat. If you also look 3 stops down from Brookland Catholic University of America, you'll see the MARC commuter rail and the Amtrak are also there. If you want to take the train home for the weekend, if you're a student who lives a little bit further away, you can hop off Gallery Place to get to to connect to the yellow line, and take that all the way down to Ronald Reagan National Airport, to catch a flight out. So yeah, we have immediate metro access to entire city of history, culture, music, and sports. Our campus ministry, our resident assistants will often take students out on tour at the games to like the Nats Park, Capitol Arena. On a more practical note too, it also gives you a lot of internship and career opportunities. Our Center for Academic and Career Success offers 4-year professional one-on-one advising that starts even before you step foot on campus as an admitted student. Yeah, so we've achieved over 3,000 different kinds of internship opportunities, including NASA, the National Institute of Health. We joke around that you can't walk around DC without running into a Capitol Hill intern. And 90% of our students are employed, serving the military or doing service abroad, or continuing their education within 6 months of graduation. So what are we doing once we get your application review? The application is live. We are on the Common App. There is no application fee. Our first deadline is November 1st. First thing we do for your application is we recalculate your GPA to an unweighted 4.0 scale. We're also looking at the strength of curriculum. So this is where your like weighted classes might come into play. So your honors courses, your AP courses, anything above a college prep level that gives us a sense of how rigorous your curriculum was. We're test free, which I think is the biggest bit. We don't look at the ACT or SAT at all when we're looking at your academic performance bit of your application. We're pretty holistic in our review process. We're looking at activities, service you've done in your community, any leadership positions you might have held. And once you submit your application, you're automatically considered for the University Honors Program, as well as any merit scholarships or the Cornerstone Program at Catholic. And again, there is no application fee. So here are 9 schools with undergraduate programs. Our School of Arts and Sciences, our School of Arts and Sciences, School of Engineering, and our School of Business all have exploratory tracks that you can do if you don't necessarily know what you want to major in quite yet. Our School of Architecture and Planning, one of the only Catholic universities with the integrated path towards architecture licensure, which offers a fast-tracked approach to getting your architecture license. Our Rome School of Music, Drama, and Art has different fine arts majors. Conway School of Nursing. Nursing is one of our more popular majors at Catholic and also has a direct entry program now. We rank the top Catholic social work program in America, and our School of Philosophy and our School of Theology and Religious Studies are 2 of our oldest schools here at the Catholic University of America. Studying abroad. Any major can study abroad, and you can start studying abroad as soon as the summer after your freshman year. You'll see highlighted in red is our Rome program, and that's Catholic University owned. Professors, dorms, facilities. It's pretty much like going to the Catholic University in DC, but swap out Nats Park for the Coliseum. Merit scholarship. So merit scholarship ranges from about $17,000 to $32,000. If you belong to a Catholic parish, you get $4,000 a year. Legacy grant gets you $1,000 a year. And again, this is all you're all up for consideration for these on the Common App. So after this, definitely connect with your counselor. We're doing high school visits primarily through the fall. We're doing interviews, which are totally optional, but they're just a good chance for you to put a face to the application. Follow us on social media at COA Admission, and go to any of our upcoming events. If you follow us on social media, you'll find what events we're putting on. Fill the FAFSA, 95% of our students receive some form of financial aid or scholarships, and the university awards $70 million in grants and scholarships a year. Ooh, and that's my timer. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the Catholic University of America, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have George Washington University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Caitlin Krebs, and I am a regional director in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the George Washington University, or GW for short. Just give you a little bit of kind of quick facts about our university. We have a little under 11,000 undergraduate students. We're also a private institution. We are kind of that not too big, not too small, kind of great size. a very diverse student body, students from all 50 states, over 130 different countries. And we are located right in the heart of Washington, D.C. And when I say right in the heart, I mean right downtown. Our Foggy Bottom campus is located about 8 blocks north of the Lincoln Memorial and about 4 blocks west of the White House. And that area is the Foggy Bottom neighborhood of DC. That's why it's called our Foggy Bottom campus. And our neighbors in the Foggy Bottom neighborhood are the Kennedy Center, State Department, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, all institutions that are walkable to our students. And most of the city is walkable to our students. I think a question I get a lot is, what do you think makes GW different, or what makes GW stand out? And I think that it is our location. It is unique that we are located right in the center of the city, and that means a couple of things for our students. Number one, they're living that like city lifestyle right out of the gate. A lot of students dream of like moving to the big city after college, but our students are living in the middle of a major metropolitan city at 18 years old, which is really neat. And our location also allows them to take advantage of all the public transit that is available and wonderful in Washington, D.C. So like I said, our students are walking, they're biking places, but they're also using the metro system that Catholic University talked about a little bit and showed the nice map of the metro. The metro is the subway system in D.C., and we do have a metro station right on our campus, the GWU Foggy Bottom Metro Station. And students are utilizing the location right in the heart of the city to go explore new neighborhoods. They're going to restaurants, they're going to festivals. They're also taking advantage of the location for things like internships as well, which I'll talk a little bit about later. And our students also are required to live on campus for 3 years, and requirement sounds negative, but I think it's actually a huge positive and benefit to our students that they are guaranteed housing in the middle of Washington, D.C. for 3 years in really nice residence halls that have a lot of different options for our students. And then senior year is optional, but about half of our seniors decide to stay on campus as well. I talked a little bit about internships. I think a great value of a GW education is all the things that our students do outside of the classroom. So almost about 70% of our students hold an internship at some point while they are on campus. And it's that location that's right downtown that allows our students to do things like go to class in the morning, hop on the metro, go to their internship in the afternoon. It's also that location that allows our students to do networking events or go to some sort of service opportunity or professional organization that DC has to offer that they have really easy access to because of living right in the heart of the city. We also have a pretty non-traditional campus. That's something that I didn't mention when talking about our location. I think another thing that kind of makes GW unique is when students come on campus, they're like, oh, it's not super traditional. It feels very integrated with the rest of the city. Kind of hard to tell where DC ends and GW begins and vice versa. So if you're the kind of student that's really excited by that and can kind of see themselves living in a university that kind of has the best of both worlds, you have your campus community, you have those almost 10,000 students that are living on campus with you, but then you have the rest of DC to explore. And I think that's what makes our students so marketable and why we have, such great graduation and outcomes, like career outcomes for our students, is because they have the connection and the support on campus, but they're also really going out and experiencing the world and experiencing DC. And one last thing I want to mention is that we are before I move on to the next slide, we are, I believe, a very global campus. campus too, a globally minded student body. And so if you're the kind of student that really wants to be surrounded by people of different experiences, you kind of see yourself as a global citizen, I think GW kind of checks all of those boxes. Over 30% of our students hold some sort of citizenship outside the United States. And well over a third of our students study abroad somewhere across the world at one of our partner institutions. And as I'm ending, just want to show you all of our 7 different schools and colleges. I think when students think of GW or they kind of hear GW in DC, they think, oh, it's a small liberal arts school with just political science. That couldn't be further from the truth. We have 7 different schools and colleges with a really diverse set of majors. Obviously, political science, international affairs are some of the things that we're most known for. And we have incredible programs in those areas, but everything from the fine arts to 8 programs in engineering, public health, business, excuse me, we really have it all. I think that's my cue to go. Thank you so much, and feel free to drop any questions. Thanks.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for George Washington University, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Goucher College.
Welcome, everyone. Here we go. My name is Lisa Hill, and I am Senior Associate Director of Admissions at Goucher. Thank you so much for being here today. Here we go. So Goucher College is located just 12 miles north of Baltimore in Maryland. Our campus is a suburban location and provides access to a number of major cities. We're about an hour's drive from Washington, D.C. We're about a 90-minute drive to Philadelphia and about a three and a half hour train ride to New York City. Goucher's campus is located about 45 minutes from Thurgood Marshall Baltimore Washington International Airport, and we're about 12 miles from Amtrak's Penn Station. So a great central location. Goucher is a welcoming and inclusive community that reflects the diversity of today's world. Students are attracted to Goucher because they can be themselves. They see that their individualities and passions are embraced and appreciated among the Goucher community. Successful students are intellectually curious, passionate about social justice, and have an eagerness to experience the world. Our 287-acre campus is home to 1,100 students who are from 43 states and 28 countries. 40% have identified themselves as BIPOC or multiracial. 30% are student athletes. 15% are first generation, and overall represent a myriad of perspectives, interests, and identities. Our average class size is about 17 students, and we have a 10-to-1 student-faculty ratio, which encourages communication, collaboration around the Goucher community. As a private liberal arts college, we are dedicated to preparing students for the jobs of the future. A liberal arts education includes the sciences and a focus on critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, and communication, the very skills sought by today's employers. Goucher has designed a distinctive and forward-thinking set of experiences called the Goucher Edge that allows students to discover and develop their lifelong purpose. Students work towards their own edge and beyond as they craft a personalized combination of challenging coursework, transformative global experiences, and practical career preparation, all with the collaborative guidance of an individualized team of success advisors. Beyond the classroom experience, we provide students with numerous opportunities for experiential learning, including global experiences, internships, and community-based learning programs. A signature feature of Goucher is our study abroad experience. Since 2006, Goucher has had a 100% commitment to incorporating a global perspective throughout a student's academic experience, which means 100% of our students study abroad. Our study abroad options include semester-long experiences, intensive courses abroad, which are 3-week programs led by Goucher faculty. And typically these experiences take place during the student's junior year once their majors and minors have been declared. As a residential college, the concept of community means many things to us. as more than 80% of our students live on campus all 4 years. First-year students live in the First-Year Village, a living and learning complex designed to foster community and collaboration, and features a demonstration kitchen, a performance studio, fire pit, and lots of hammocks. All the rooms are doubles. Mary Fisher Dining Center is centrally located on campus. Our food service company utilizes about 30 local farmers to supply us with fresh produce, dairy, and meat. The dining hall is set up in food stations and can accommodate a variety of dietary regimens, including vegan, kosher, allergen-free, and gluten-free. We also have over 60 clubs and organizations for students to join, including the Band Movie Club, the Beekeeping Club, the Women of Color Circle, and Infinity and cultural groups. It's very easy to start a club on our campus too. Additionally, we offer Division III athletics that includes 10 women's sports, 8 men's sports, a nationally ranked co-ed equestrian team, esports, and intramural and club sports. In regards to admission, we offer an individualized and holistic admissions process that is test optional and free of an application fee. Additionally, all our students are considered for merit scholarships during the review process, which range from $20,000 per year for 4 years to $36,000 per year for 4 years. Students can submit their application for early action or regular decision consideration. Both deadlines are non-binding and offer rolling notification of admissions decisions. For financial aid consideration, students are to submit the FAFSA after October 1st. So finally, it's not just me who thinks Goucher is really special. We have many independent sources that do the same. Goucher's history has demonstrated a commitment to innovation, global education, and social justice, and those 3 pillars are still here today, if not even more present today. So I appreciate your time in learning more about Goucher. Here's my contact information. I encourage you to click on one of the links or visit our website for our virtual tour. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Goucher College, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have the University of Virginia.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm so glad that you all are here. My name is Chelsea Duncan. Most people call me Cece. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm one of the associate deans in the Office of Undergraduate Admission at the University of Virginia. I'm also what we consider at UVA a double who. So that means I went to UVA for my undergraduate and my graduate career. So happy to answer some questions in the chat if you have them. Jumping right in, the University of Virginia is located in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is a small college town located about 2 hours from Washington, D.C., about 2.5 hours, 3 hours from the Virginia Beach area. And it is a beautiful town. So as you can see right here in this photo, that the mountains are always in the backdrop. Our students love to do anything outdoors related at UVA. So if you're interested in getting some nice, clean, fresh air, you might be interested in checking us out. All right, let's get started with who we are at UVA. UVA, we are a medium to large size public research university. And you might be thinking, CC, what does that actually mean? Let me break it down for you. We're a medium to large size institution with just about 16,000 undergraduate students. Our incoming class this past year was our biggest class with just about 4,000 students, something that we're really excited about. We also are a public institution, so that means we have to abide by one rule or one quota. That is about 2/3 of our students have to come from Virginia. And the other third comes from all around the US and all around the world. We are working to become even a more diverse and inclusive and more equitable institution. So you can see this year, not only is our class the biggest class, but also our most diverse class as well, with about 15% of our incoming students coming from first-generation college families, some things that we are really excited about, but also that identify in many different ways. We have students from all 50 states, over 130 different countries. Another thing I think it's really important for you to know about UVA is that we are all about student self-governance, which is a fancy word for saying that UVA was created so that the students are in charge. So a little bit different from how your high school might be set up. If something goes awry, you get in trouble, you'll speak with your counselor or your principal or your dean. At UVA, if you were to do something, you would actually go before a group of students. So students are the one that hold the power. If you are interested in leadership, social justice, having your voice be heard, you might think that UVA is a good fit for you. And that means we also have over 800 student-run clubs and organizations, 25 Division I varsity sports, and we were the 2019 NCAA champions just a few years ago. So some things that we are really proud of, lots of school spirit here at UVA. Now let's talk a little bit about how we learn. If you're interested in applying to UVA as an incoming first-year student, we're actually not going to be admitting you to a major. We're admitting you into a school. You can see them listed out there: College of Arts and Sciences, engineering, architecture, nursing, and then we also have a kinesiology program for those of you who might be interested in athletic training, rehabilitation services, sports medicine. Now, I want you to know if you are totally undecided, you don't know what to do, the College of Arts and Sciences is probably the best place to start. And we do encourage interdisciplinary learning. If you have multiple interests, you want to double major, you want to have a major or a minor in another school, we certainly encourage students to do that. And many of our students are double majoring or having a major or a minor to explore all of their interests. Now, you heard me say we are a medium to large size school, and you might be thinking, wow, Cece, that's kind of big. Will I get individual attention? Absolutely. You can see our student faculty ratio is just about 14:1. You can also see our average class size here. So not only are we going to give you the individual attention that you need, but we are also going to get you connected to those hands-on experiences that we think is really important for you to get before you go out into the world and go to graduate school or go on to work in your career. So about 1/3 of our students will study abroad. About 2/3 of our students will do research. And I know sometimes when you say research, you might automatically think of someone in a white lab coat doing science research, which we certainly have. But when we say research at UVA, we honestly just mean someone who is digging a little bit deeper in their field. So we have students who are doing dance research or theater research or research in the English department. So lots of opportunities for you to explore your interests academically. Now, admissions wise, how do you apply? I want you to know that we are a common application and a QuestBridge school. So if you're interested in QuestBridge, you can certainly use your QuestBridge application to apply. We review applications holistically. So that means we are looking at who you are, where you're from, what you're all about, and what your why is. All of those required pieces of the application to make an informed decision. The most important piece is going to be your academics, and you can see our deadlines and a little bit more of our admission statistics right there. Another thing that I'll just wrap up saying really quickly is about our financial aid. Everyone wants to know, how do you pay for it, right? Well, we meet 100% of demonstrated need at UVA, which means if you submit your FAFSA and your CSS profile on time, we are guaranteed to meet all of your need, and we are also need blind. So we do not know anything about your financial aid, about how much you can or cannot pay for college when we are making an admissions decision. So I encourage you to look up a little bit more about UVA, and I'm so glad that you are here with us tonight. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Virginia, please put them in the Q&A. Next up, we have George Mason University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel Cleaver, and I am very excited to be with you here tonight. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Mason and some of the things we have to offer. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing. So at Mason, we are the largest public research institution in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We have 26,000 undergrad students, so we are a very large school. However, actual physical campus is not that big. So you can't see me, but I'm a pretty short lady, and I can walk from one end of campus to the other in about 25 minutes, and I'm definitely not running. So even though we have a very large campus, we want to make sure that we do everything in our power to kind of break it down and help you find your people, whoever those people might be. We are very much a residential campus in a suburban setting, and we're actually the second largest residential campus in Virginia. We are a very diverse institution. We have students from all 50 states and 139 countries, and 53% of our student body identify as students of color. When you walk across campus, you really can see our diversity. Now, when you go to college, the most important thing that you're going to do is inside the classroom. So we have over 80 undergraduate majors, 140 minors and concentrations, and over 100 accelerated master's programs. An accelerated master's program is something that you do when you actually can get your master's degree and your bachelor's degree in 5 years. Normally that takes at least 6. So you just knocked off a year of your education and a year of that cost as well. We also want to make sure you have tons of support in the classroom. We keep that student to faculty ratio low at 16:1. Our average class size is 25 to 35 students. You, of course, will have an academic advisor. You also have a student success coach as well who will help you along the way. Mason is located in Fairfax, Virginia. So we are just outside Washington, D.C. You can easily take the metro from D.C. or just go straight out this road called 66. And due to our location in Northern Virginia and our proximity to D.C., internships are a huge part of Mason's culture. We want to make sure that you test out what you're learning in the classroom to make sure that it's something that you really enjoy. We want to make sure that it's something that you want to do. And also internships, as we know, lead directly to full-time positions. So these are just a few of our internship partners. We want to make sure that you have tons of fun when you are at Mason. We have over 460 different clubs and organizations. There's honestly a club for everything. There's our club sports, there's our intramural sports, service learning, clubs for many affinity groups. We have theater, we have random sports like underwater hockey. There's always something to do. We are a Division I NCAA school, and we have 20 different teams. We also have the #1 pep band in the country as well. It's called the Green Machine. Now, also, I know this is a lot of blocks, but we want to make sure that you are very supported on campus. So these are just some of the support services that we offer, including we have a designated First Gen Plus Center for those of you who are first generation college bound to go. We also have our Center for Culture, Equity, and Empowerment. We also have LGBTQ resources and many others. Now, when you're thinking about the application process to Mason, you can apply through either the Common App or a Mason-specific application. First and foremost, we're looking at your transcript. We're also looking at an essay and your letters of recommendation. Please note that we are test optional. We've been that way since 2007, never going back. You are not penalized if you do not wish to turn in your SAT or ACT scores. And that includes for all merit aid, also for admittance to our honors college, and just general admittance to Mason in general. If you are interested in the honors college, there is a little bit of an extra essay. It's only a page. However, I encourage you to do that. Also, some of our majors in the College of Visual and Performing Arts have a few additional requirements as well. Our early action deadline is November 1st. It is non-binding, so you can apply to other schools as well. If you do early action, you will hear back from us by mid-December, so you can go into that winter break and be like, who got into Mason? It also gives you automatic scholarship consideration, and that is also the deadline you need to meet to apply to the honors college. Our regular decision deadline is February 1st, and our financial aid priority deadline is January 15th. One note though, if you have a documentation that does not allow you to fill out the FAFSA, does not affect your admittance or to Mason, all are welcome. It's just going to affect your financial aid. Here's just some additional information about Mason and ways to get a hold of us and how to find out some more information. But I'll also be putting all my information in the chat as well. Thank you again for coming out tonight, and feel free to put any questions in the Q&A.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for George Mason University, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have St. Thomas University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fallon Evans. I'm an admissions counselor at St. Thomas University. I'm just going to share my screen here. All right, guys, I apologize. I did not have a PowerPoint ready for this. It was a kind of last minute thing for me, but I'm just going to walk you guys through our website here and just kind of, go step by step about kind of our process, who we are as a school. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to put those in the chat. So a little bit about our school. So we are a small private Catholic school. We're located in Miami, Florida. So we're a little bit south of Miami. We're about 15 minutes from the beaches, so we're not too far. But our campus is very calm and quiet and nice. So basically how the admissions process works for us is it's free to apply. We're not requiring any test scores at this moment. So we would only need your unofficial high school transcript to get you accepted. So our acceptance GPA is a 2.5. So as long as you have that and you send in your unofficial high school transcript, we'll be able to get you accepted into our school. So that's very great. We're also doing a campus visit scholarship. So if you guys come and you would like to visit the campus, you can bring your friends, family, whoever you would like to bring with you, and you can get $1,000 automatically off of tuition. So it's a great opportunity for our students, to kind of check out the campus and see what we're all about, see our sports, meet with anyone if you're interested in any sports. We also give out scholarships for all of that stuff as well. So we're just going to go over here. So if you're interested in the programs that we do have, you can go here and I'll just kind of walk you guys through so you can see that. Okay, it's not going to work for me right now, but that's okay. So here is a list of all our programs that we do have. So we have over 45 undergraduate programs, along with also master's programs and doctoral programs as well. So I myself completed the bachelor's and master's programs here, and we also do have the master's accelerated program too here at St. Thomas University. For some of our online master's programs, you'll be able to complete your degree in 18 months or less, just depending on the major that you would select. So yeah, this is very helpful. So if you go in and you select, say criminal justice, and it will tell you about each of the programs. So you can just kind of see, if you're not sure exactly what you want to do when you get to school, it's really okay because it's difficult to decide what you want to do for the rest of your life, right? So, a lot of students, we're not sure about what we want to do. So this really helps, to kind of break that down for you and give you a little bit more of an idea as to what you want to do, right? So over here, we're going to go to sports so you can see all of the different athletic programs that we have available. We have all different kinds of things. We have volleyball, we have golf, football, soccer, we have rugby, lacrosse. We have all different kinds of sports. And you don't have to be an athlete to come to the school. But if you are an athlete and you send the coach a video or something like that, you're likely to receive a very good scholarship for that. And that's the next thing that I'm going to go into is going to be the scholarships that we do provide. So once you would apply, and the application is free. So we have rolling admissions, so you can apply at any time. Once you would apply, and you would send in those unofficial transcripts to us, we would give you a decision, usually within a day or two. So you'll receive an email telling you that you've been accepted, and also you'll receive something through the mail as well. And then once you do that, then you'll go ahead and fill out the FAFSA, which is grants from the state. And then once we get that information, we'll go ahead and set you up with a scholarship package. Okay, so typically our incoming freshmen will receive anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000 in institutional awards just from us. Okay, so that's not going to include that's not including the financial aid on top of that as well. So typically, the only thing that our students have to pay for after receiving full financial aid and the institutional awards would be the housing if you guys were to choose to live on campus. And that's going to range anywhere from $6,000 to like $10,000 a year at the most. So, you know, keep in mind like $10,000 is going to be like a single dorm with just you and yourself. That's it. No other people in the dorm. So a few other things about St. Thomas, just to let you guys know. So our books are included. So you don't have to have any extra out-of-pocket costs for that. We do also have free tutoring available as well. It's going to be upstairs in the library. You can do group tutoring, you can do one-on-one tutoring, but it's all included, and you never have to feel bad about needing a tutor because we always have that available for all of our students. So a couple other things about our school. We do also give out a sibling award as well. If you had any siblings that are coming to the school, you know, definitely check us out and see the different other scholarships that we did have available for you guys. Okay, please, thank you so much for coming out tonight. And if you have any questions, please feel free to message me in the chat. Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for St. Thomas University, please put it in the Q&A. Now, all my panelists and presenters, if you can come on back. I'd love to see your beautiful faces. Awesome. So I have a question, because you all are the experts in the room on this thing called the college admissions process. So we're going to go ahead in presentation order. And what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So the Catholic University of America, I'm going to put you on the spot since you're first, but go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I think the best thing to keep in mind during the college process is to really, this is a time for you to just be really aware of like who you are, what your needs are, what you're looking for in a school is really important, but also like taking the time. You know, it's your senior year, you're applying for college. It's a really stressful time. So just make sure you're making time for yourself.
Awesome. George Washington University.
I would say kind of to build upon that, on the other side of things, a way to kind of de-stress or keep the stress off of yourself during this time is to just stay organized. Like use an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure you guys are all doing this already, but like use a Word document, something to keep all those deadlines and requirements straight, and also use your resources. You probably have some wonderful college counselors or counselors at your school that would love to help you. All you have to do is just walk into their office and ask them.
Awesome. Thank you. Goucher College.
I would say, don't be afraid to try something different. Remember, this is about you. This is about your path, what you would like to do, you know, beyond high school. So be brave, try something new, look somewhere different, and just really take the time, as my colleagues have said, take the time to understand who you are in this process. So this could be a successful experience for you.
Awesome. Thank you. University of Virginia.
Yeah, I always like to remind students that you hold a lot of power in this process. Just remember that you get to choose where you visit or where you are able to look at those colleges online or their website, where you apply. Of course, the admissions offices are choosing, you know, where you may be admitted, but ultimately you have the power in a lot of this process. So take hold of it and use us as a resource, because even though we're here to talk about our colleges, we also just want you to go to college, right? And so we're more than happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much. George Mason.
So the college process is unique to you. So just because Joe down the street went somewhere or your brother went somewhere, that doesn't mean necessarily that's the best college for you. So make sure that you are really thinking about where you want to go and doing that research and making sure that it's going to be a great place for you, and try to kind of knock out some of those other influences to make sure that you're making a really great choice. So you'll be happy with that choice as well.
Thank you so much. And St. Thomas University.
So my best advice would be one, to, kind of start your search early, start looking into schools, just kind of have like a lot that you are interested in, right? And then kind of narrow it down to like the top like 3 schools that you're really interested in. And then kind of, maybe do like a pros and cons list, or, talk it over and like really think like about yourself, because you're going to have input from other people like your family and your friends and things like that. But like everyone else said, I also agree that this is something that you're doing for you, and you want to be happy because you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life, right? So just kind of definitely start early, take your time with the process, and just really reflect and kind of do some like a self-assessment in order to find out what college is best for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much to all of you for sharing your expertise and for being here, because what you do is extremely important. And my participants in the audience, what you do by showing up is also very, very important. So thank you all for joining us. Now, after you close out this window, a very quick 5-question survey will appear. So give us some feedback. The words very quick are literally on your screen, so I promise it won't take a ton of time. Also, sign up for more sessions. There are other sessions going on, so check out the schedule. And then also, if you or maybe someone else wants to relive the fun with us this evening, a recording of all sessions will be available at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. With that said, you all, again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.